Hi, Connie.
Hey, Suzanne. Welcome back, everyone.
To All Things Hallmark. We were 2 weeks behind, so we did give you back-to-back videos. Hope you're enjoying. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.
That means tell your friends about it.
And then put it on your cell phone and send the video to somebody. Email the video to somebody. Take the link and share it with somebody. Yes, that's what it means. That's
Absolutely.
what we want you to do.
Yeah, it's funny, Suzanne, because in this movie called A Feeling of Home, that's what the actress Abby, she's actually an online web series host. And so she's kind of doing, or we're kind of doing what she was doing in the movie, with the exception she's not reviewing movies. She's actually giving them a sense of home. And so our actor is Ryan, and Ryan is a former boyfriend of Abby, who is now Abby's father's ranch manager because her father hired him a couple weeks prior. And Abby has now come home because her dad fell off his horse and broke his arm. So her mom asked her about going to join him at the ranch to help out. Now, I guess it goes without saying, mother and father are divorced.
Okay.
And so Abby and her mom live in the New England area, and her dad lives on the ranch in Texas.
In good old Texas.
And good old Texas. So there were some takeaways from this movie, but go ahead and tell it, Suzanne. In
Yes,
all honesty,
it's a slow moving train. This is a slow, so you have to really, for me, I had to really stay focused to really get the movie. So just be prepared, viewers. This movie it's a little winded, but it'll get there eventually.
absolutely. Again, there are some takeaways, and of course, Suzanne and I, we give our opinion about the movie. We'd love to hear your opinion about the movie. Definitely, if you're, say, a web entrepreneur, you'll probably enjoy it just because of what she's doing. You could probably get some takeaways from there because she was sharing with people about New England and some of the things that they could find in New England, things they could do in New England. Honey, that table setting was bomb. I'm just saying. I like
Yeah,
it.
right. She has some
And
great ideas.
yeah,
Now, the difference between her and you and I is we do this for fun. We are not getting paid. We are not under a contract with Hallmark. We are just doing this because we already enjoyed Hallmark. We enjoyed sitting down, talking to each other about the movies. And so we just realized that the community who likes Hallmark is a lot of us. And so that's why we do it.
yeah. And on top of that, I probably shouldn't say it like this, but I will. We're telling the truth. We're being authentic. And so, as you know, in the movie, she gets caught up in the lie that her producer allowed to kind of go out there. There's somebody looking at her to take her business to the next level, to take her channel to the next level. And he was looking for a New England native. And so, even though she spent some time in New England, because that's where mom lives, she was not a New England native. And so she got caught up in the web, which is the difference between what we're doing and what she's doing, of course, because we come with you authentic. I mean, we just told you that this particular movie moves a little slow. Not a bad movie, just moves a little slow. And if you are the type of person like Suzanne and I, we kind of like them to get to the point of what we're going to see develop in the movie. And this movie took a little while. But again, some great takeaways. Number one, come on, y'all, be your authentic self, because it does, it will take you places. I don't want to give the movie away because it's already, like we said, a little slow. And so if I give it away now, there's no reason for you to hold out. But yeah, so being truthful and not, it was her life, Suzanne. What did you think about the fact that it was her life that she let someone else produce the lie, so to speak?
Sounds
And
like
then
a life lesson to me.
yeah, she followed in with it, Yeah.
You
And
are the
then
only person, I apologize.
go ahead.
You're the only person in charge of your destiny. You need to take your life and you need to be the only one in control. People can make suggestions, and even if they are helping you to produce something, at the end of the day, you need to be able to stand in your own shoes and in your own truth. because how many sayings have we heard? What's done in the dark will come to the light.
Come on.
A lie don't care who tell it. And so she was setting herself up, especially when you're in public. I mean, she was a public person. That's who she was. She was becoming a public person, which means all it required was like a little Google, right? Just a little tap on the computer to find out where her birthplace
For
was.
real.
So, being your authentic self is a life lesson. Be who you are and be proud of your background, because even if you came back from rough background or not such a pretty background, you are relatable. Somebody else can understand that. Somebody else can say, hey, I was a foster kid, or I had a parent who was on drugs, or I used drugs, or whatever your case is. Or I'm pretending to be from one state. Or how about this? Because we all see this. We got celebrities out here who has moved out of the country, and now all of a sudden they got an accent. How funny is that? You got an accent. You are from Georgia, or you are from California, but now you have an accent. You got that is hilarious to me.
Absolutely.
So it's just better. That's a great life lesson. Be your authentic self and be a person of integrity. Be a person who tells the truth, because then you'll never get caught up because one time you tell this, then you got to do something else. You got to do one more thing, and because you're so busy hustling, but you're just a house of cards waiting to come down. Why live that way?
Girl, and I think that there was another life lesson that I want to share, but because I think that being your authentic self is like the largest life lesson out of there, but also there's that thing about you're telling someone something. In other words, what I'm saying is, what was she telling the people who were from the beautiful state of Texas when she kind of denied them to say that she was from the beautiful New England? I'm just saying. So sometimes we're saying something even though we may not think we are. And again, so being your authentic self, being 100% responsible for you, being your authentic self, like you said, can teach a lot of people, can a lot of lessons, can share love with people, can share experiencing with people. And can I tell you that I may not look like you, I may not act like you, might not have the same background that you have and all of that, but can I tell you that I am somebody? I am beautiful. I am. Can I just say it like that? And so, don't be afraid to be who you are. And I encouraged myself over the years, Suzanne, by telling people, hey, I can be a really good friend. So those who don't want to be my friend, it's their loss.
That's right. That's right.
I'm just saying, now I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but what I am saying that I do bring something to the table. I know what it is to be a friend. I know what it means to help others. I know what it means to show up. I know what it means to keep my word when I say that I'm going to do something or not going to do something, because that goes both ways. So definitely being your authentic self, I think is great. It relieves stress. Can I tell you that? It relieves stress and pressure, because again, one of the things we've always said, that when you tell a lie, then you got to tell another one to cover up that one, to keep that one. No, that's just a little bit too much. But the other thing that we saw in this movie, Suzanne, was something similar to what we saw in the previous movie, and that was what a person is willing to do for love. Because, honey, when that lie began to start breaking down, honey, that brother stood up and he helped her. He was like, ooh, they think she's in New England. Let me help her show them that she's in New England. Now, her daddy, on the other hand, not really knowing what was going on. It wasn't like he was throwing her to the dogs. He didn't realize what was going on. So he came in talking loud and basically was about to bust the lie wide open. But but Ryan, the ex-boyfriend, who realized that now he is still very much in love. At one time he made a statement about, I thought I was over you. And he began to talk about the fact, to be authentic, to be honest. I never stopped loving you. And so, to me, another life lesson about love, what we're willing to do for love. Now, I'm not encouraging anyone to lie, but I am encouraging us to support one another.
That's right. And that was big for me. I definitely really appreciate that type of love.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about her dad. You know, many of you see Suzanne, she's getting a little emotional, but we talked about it being a rough 10 days. And I think besides the movie, that was one of the things Suzanne learned in these last 10 days, or reaffirmed in her own life, about love and the things that we do for love. But her dad, remember, she was always trying to please him. That's the other thing. Come on, you guys. Let's not waste time trying to please folks, or waste time thinking we're not pleasing someone because we won't communicate enough to find out. Dad, do you love me? Dad, do you like what I'm
Right.
doing? Dad, you know?
I agree.
So yeah, that was one of the things in the movie, again, her feeling like she needed to please her dad. And I'm not saying that we don't want to honor other people with our lives, but at the end of the day, can I tell you, what you think about you far exceeds what other people think about you.
And that's just it. You can't allow you. We love for our families to approve of what we do, what our choices are, and we want them to be proud. But at the end of the day, you have to be proud of you. You have to be able to look in that mirror and say, girl, you did that, or man, you are rocking. Whatever it is, you need to be so happy with your life choices that they can come on to the train and be my cheer squad. But no matter what your voice says, I am still happy with my life choices.
Absolutely. And the reality part of this movie, in that particular circumstance, Suzanne, is the fact that I can only imagine how many jobs she might have had, how many things she might have done, the reason she may have even left Texas, having something to do with thinking that her father didn't appreciate her, that her father didn't really love her, that whatever the case is, and come to find out that that's not necessarily the case. How many times, even in our own lives, have we found ourselves doing just that, redoing things, moving, whatever, giving up on things, taking on extra things, thinking that a person that we value their opinion isn't proud of us or doesn't appreciate what we're doing, just to find out, girl, you could have stayed in Cali.
That's right.
Truly, they did appreciate you. So definitely want to, two things, encourage you to be your best self and be proud of whoever that is yourself, and not to put too much weight in what other people think. And lastly, communicate. If you feel like there's someone that's important to you that you're not hitting the mark with them, find out, communicate. Girl, talking will take you a long way. I'm just saying.
I agree. Well, that's all I got for this movie.
Well, I did enjoy the movie. And I'm going to be honest with you. I did have to watch it more than once. And it was a little slow. But even in being a little slow, I really believe that Hallmark did a great job with life lessons. You might have to watch it more than once to catch it, or you might have to make sure that you have nothing else that's going to pull you and say, girl, you can come do this instead. Because yeah, but really it was a good lesson about being authentically you. And so again, I say it every time we come on here, as a life coach, messages like that really drive home for me, because I am committed to helping people become their best self. I'm committed to helping people to love themselves and to walk away from self-sabotage, and to stop putting so much weight on what other people have to say about the life that we're living. Now, if you're out there doing, all that crazy, that might be another story. But for those of you that really desire to be your best self and want to make an impact in this world, believe it or not, this movie is a movie that you would enjoy, because it reminds you of the value of who you are and the value of truth.
I
So
agree.
that's this movie, A Feeling of Home, with Abby and Ryan. Abby being the web expert on New England, and Ryan loving that girl. How about that?
So, all things Hallmark, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And what we mean by that is copy it, put it on your cell phone, send it to somebody else so that they can take a look at it. Put some comments down there. Tell some people about it. And don't forget to like it, because then we know that you're watching.
Absolutely. And you can also find us at Activate Your Life Coaching online, and you can also find us at Living Victoriously After online. All right.
All
Okay,
right.
guys. Until next time, Suzanne, go and finish enjoying that beautiful day. Yours is barely getting started. Mine is about to come to an end. And yes, girl, I got a few things that I got to do. And so I'm going to go do that. But I'll meet you in here again after
Next,
our movie on
yes,
Saturday.
next
All
week
right.
then. Okay. Take care,
Take
Connie. It
care.
was good talking to you, girl.
Same here.
Bye.